Hey guys, Alex Hamilton, YouRise Education. Right now we're standing at Old Main on the campus of Penn State University Park. We're going to show you all around campus this beautiful afternoon. Starting on the eastern edge of campus, we find Schryer Honors College, whose offices and dorm are housed in Atherton Hall. While across the road are dorms, including Hibbs and Chase Hall, located in the university's South Housing area. All throughout the South Housing area are dorms for upperclassmen students. West, the Mary B. White Building is one of campus's 3 fitness centers. Simmons Hall is a dorm for the Honors College, and like its neighbor McElwain, hosts both first years and upperclassmen. Thomas holds the departments of Statistics and Forensics, as well as Administration for the Eberly College of Science. Meanwhile, Brittenauer is an office space. Along the quad, you can see the bridge connecting the chemistry building with Huck Life Sciences. Past that, Eisenhower is the university's primary auditorium space, which faces chemical and biomedical engineering on Science Drive. Buckout holds plant and environmentally related lab space. The Althouse Lab holds the Department of Biochemistry and Molecular Biology. Past that, Ferguson holds the Department of Agricultural Economics, Sociology, and Education, which sits beside historic buildings such as the Arts Cottage. Past Althouse is Freer North of the Department of Biology, whose neighbors, Weaver and Armsby, hold liberal arts and social sciences. From there, you can see the university's Paterno library, as well as the Mueller Lab. The university's Palmer Museum of Art provides free admission to numerous exhibits and sits near the university's Forum building. Past the water tower is the copper-clad Stuckman family building of the university's School of Architecture and Landscape Architecture. Past Stuckman is Beam Hall, an upperclassman dorm in the North Housing area. Continue along Park Avenue and you'll find other parks of the North Housing area. Across the street, you can find Penn State's Business Building, home to the renowned Smeal College of Business, which faces the university's 370-acre Arboretum. Heading back south, you'll find the Catholic Student Faith Center, which serves the local community. The Ford Building holds the College of Health and Human Development, while the Child Care Center at Port Woods serves nearly 200 young children every year. Across the theater and music buildings, the Cedar Building holds a clinic and departments of the College of Education. Continue along Allen Road, and you'll find Chambers, which holds the College of Education's Krause Studios for Innovation. And this brings us to Pattee Library and its neighbor, Paterno Library. Together, the libraries at Penn State University Park house over 5 million volumes. Its neighbor, Sparks, holds liberal arts, while Burroughs contains the School of Global Languages, Literatures, and Cultures. Further down the quad, the Carnegie Building, which houses the College of Communications, was the university's first library. And it sits across historic Old Botany. Schwab Auditorium is the campus's first building financed by a private gift. And across the walk, Willard is a classroom space near the university's engineering buildings. And this brings us back to Old Main, a historic university landmark and home to Penn State administration. Southwest of the quad, the Sackett Building holds engineering classrooms. At its side is the Kunkel Activities Center. North of campus, you'll find Snyder Agricultural Arena, an exhibition space. Down the road is Beaver Stadium, home to the Nittany Lions and the second largest stadium in the nation. South, the Bryce Jordan Center is home to the men's and women's basketball teams. Meanwhile, Pegula Ice Arena houses the hockey team. Haluba Hall is home to the university's practice field. And nearby, the Lewis and Mildred Lash Football Building holds training facilities. The Greenberg Complex is an academic support space near the university's Nittany Apartments. Turn on College Avenue and go past Schryer to find the university's nursing buildings. Hammond hosts the University School of Engineering. And past the power plant is the University Club. Along College Avenue, you'll see modern apartments, such as the Metropolitan. Southeast of campus, you can find Greek Life Housing in the Scholar Hotel. East on College Avenue is Nittany Outlet, the university's souvenir shop, as well as other stores. And that brings us to the student bookstore. There's a whole lot going on throughout the enormous campus of Penn State. In fact, I barely had time to see half the campus, and this is only at one branch of the entire Penn State system. Overall, the University Park campus has an acceptance rate of around 50%, which is moderately selective when considering that as a state school, it has to retain a certain amount of spots for in-state residents. Fortunately, there's an optional essay that aspiring undergrads can write to help distinguish themselves on the application. Here is the prompt. Here, we have a classic open-ended prompt. However, what's noticeable is that it advises against discussing the same kind of content that could be found elsewhere in your application. Instead, we can use the space to go into new, exciting directions. For instance, this is the prime opportunity to discuss an exciting aspect of your identity. And with 500 words of space, you could talk about how that identity has changed over time. Or you could talk about a community that you've been part of and how you have contributed to that community through community service or volunteering. That content brings us to the second part of the question, about your ability to succeed at Penn State. To get at this part of the question, you can take the aspect of your community, identity, or whatever you've discussed and distill it into the qualities that Penn State looks for in its students. Such a quality could be curiosity, altruism, empathy, or something else. The important thing to showcase is how exactly this aspect of who you are embodies this quality that Penn State is looking for. Then you can connect it to specific aspects of the Penn State University, such as the mission statement of the university or any student groups or organizations that interest you that you can find on the website. Just be sure to use a good amount of that 500-word space talking through all aspects of the question. And that's it. What did you think about our visit to Penn State? And if you're a prospective student, what are you most looking forward to? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, if you like this video on Penn State, then be sure to check out some of the other 4K school tour videos I have, as well as the essay writing, to make sure that you're prepared for all aspects of the college applications. And by subscribing, you're not only helping out my channel, but also keeping yourself in the loop throughout the application season. With that, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.